The Prose Edda, Gylfi Journey to Asgard. In Norse mythology, as told in the Prose Edda by Snorri Sturluson, King Gylf ruled over what is now Sweden. He was a wise and curious king who became intrigued by the stories and powers of the Aesir, the principal pantheon of Norse gods. Gylf was particularly fascinated by their ability to control events and their profound wisdom. Desiring to learn more about these divine beings and their secrets, Gylf decided to journey to Asgard, the home of the gods. Disguising himself as an old man named Gangleri, Gylf ventured to Asgard. There, he was received not with suspicion but with readiness, as if the gods had been expecting him. He was greeted by a magnificent palace where he met 3 thrones occupied by 3 mighty kings. High, just as high, and third. These kings, however, were manifestations of the god Odin, who had split his presence into 3 to test and instruct Gylf. Gylf, in his guise as Gangleri, began to ask the kings a series of questions about the Norse cosmos. His questions were deep and probing, ranging from the origins of the world to the fate of the gods. The first king, Hai, explained the creation of the world from the void called Ginnungagap, where fire from Muspelheim and ice from Niflheim met to create Vimir, the first of the frost giants. From Ymir-Euro's body, the world was shaped, just as Hai took over to describe the creation of the first humans. Ask an Embla, from 2 tree trunks, and how the gods gave them life, consciousness, and souls. He explained the structure of the cosmos, including the world tree Yggdrasil, and the various realms such as Midgard, the world of humans, and Jotunheim, the world of giants. Third explained the end of the world, Ragnarök, the twilight of the gods. He detailed the battles that would lead to the deaths of major gods like Odin, Thor, and Loki. He also spoke of the rebirth of the world that would follow, where a new generation of gods and humans would rise from the ashes of the old world. Throughout these revelations, Gylf listened intently, his wisdom growing, yet, with every answer, more questions arose. He learned of the complexities of fate, the roles of various lesser-known gods, and the intricate relationships between the different beings of the Norse cosmos. Finally, realizing that his questions could never truly be exhausted, Gylf asked about the origins of Odin and his brothers, Vili and Ve. It was here that Odin, through his 3 manifestations, revealed the ultimate truth of his power and the illusion of Gylf's surroundings. The palace, the kings, and the entire audience were all a grand illusion conjured by Odin to educate and test Gylf. In the end, Gylf realized that his journey was not only about acquiring knowledge but also about understanding the limitations of mortal comprehension when faced with the divine. The palace disappeared as soon as he came to this realization, leaving him standing alone in a meadow. Gylf returned to his kingdom, wiser and more aware of the majestic and mysterious nature of the cosmos. Through Gylf's journey, the Prose Edda encapsulates the essence of Norse mythology, its complexity, its richness, and the perpetual quest for knowledge and understanding beyond the human realm. This journey was not just a narrative of seeking wisdom but also a reflection on the nature of questions and answers in the quest for ultimate truth.